You have to ask her that.
Well, what's your feeling?
Just maybe one possibility. I don't know what this other woman looked like, but I might have resembled her. Maybe I do, maybe I don't, or she might resemble me.
You mean her lover?
And maybe it was just a mental thing with her. Yeah, this woman she's living with. Yeah, her lover, whoever it is. All I ever heard was tie somebody. I don't know anything else. So if you want any answers to those questions, you'll have to ask those people, whether it be the Thai character or whether it be Aileen or so Eileen, whatever her name is herself.
Before she received her first death sentence, Lee planned to live in this cottage on Arlene's ranch and help her to breed horses. Arlene also raises wolves. She believes they represent an important part of our spiritual lives, all too often forgotten today. We'd been in Florida a week now, and nothing had been heard from Lee. Arlene always maintained that she and Lee had a very close relationship, but something was obviously wrong. Arlene now seemed to be negotiating her own personal appearance fee, entirely separate from Lee's. She quoted the Montel Williams show as paying $10,000. But how much do you think you want if we don't have Lee in the film?
You talk to Steve. I've never done this before. I said to Steve, well, you're not my criminal lawyer, so can you be my agent? And he said, yes. He said, just have the Brits call me. I've never done this before.
What do you think might be a fair price?
I have no idea. I have no idea. I've never done this. I have never done this before. But you could talk to Steve.
I mean, do you think it'd be less than that? Yeah,
honestly, I don't know. It depends how much. You talk to Steve. How many days you want to be here? What you want to see? Do you want the tapes? Do you want everything, the new stuff, all of the personal, the poems, the letters, the artwork? I mean, I'm sure he'll write up some kind of contract. For this you get this, and for this you get everything. Talk to him. He's my agent. An agent. Do you believe this? Oh.
Arlene adopted Lee just before her first trial for the murder of Richard Mallory. At this stage, her lawyer was Trish Jenkins, a public defender who has been criticized for failing to bring to the court's attention the fact that Mallory had previously served a 10-year sentence for attempted rape. Many think it was Mallory's alleged rape of Lee that started her off on her killings.
He put the cord around my neck, and he said, "Yes, you are, bitch." He said, "You're gonna do everything I tell you to do, and if you don't, I'll kill you right now, and I'll fuck you after, just like the other sluts I've done." And and he said, "It doesn't matter to me. Your body will still be warm for my huge cock." And he said, he was choking me and I was holding it like this. And he said, "Do you want to die, slut?" And I just nodded no. And then he said, "Are you gonna listen to everything I've got to say? Have you do?" And I just nodded yes. And he told me to lay down on the car seat.
Okay, what happened next?
Then he began to start having anal sex. Okay. And he's doing this very violent manner, movement. And then I don't know if he came or what, climaxed. I talk street talk, so I don't know if he did that. And he violently took himself out and violently put himself in my vagina.
Were you saying anything to him at that point?
No, I was crying my brains out.
Okay, then what happened?
All right, so he takes the Visine and he lifts up my legs and he puts what turns out to be rubbing alcohol in the Visine bottle, and he sticks some up my rectum area, and that really hurt really bad because he tore me up for a while. And he put some in my vagina, which really hurt bad. And then he walked around back to driver's seat side, and he pulled my nose open like this. Pulled them open, and he squirted rubbing alcohol down my nose. And he said, "I'm saving your eyes for the grand finale," and he put the Visine back on the dash. And I was really pissed. I didn't care. I was yelling at him and everything else. He was laughing away, saying, "That's what I want to hear. I love it when you start crying and all that pain." I thought to myself, I gotta fight, I'm gonna die. This guy is gonna play with me, and then he's gonna kill me. He's already said he's gonna kill me. He's already said he killed other girls. I gotta fight. I jumped up real fast and I spit in his face. And he said, "You're a dead bitch, you're dead." And he's wiping his eyes. And I laid down real quick and I grabbed my bag. And he was starting to come for me when I grabbed my bag and whipped my pistol out toward him. And he was coming toward me with his right arm, I believe. And I shot immediately, and I think I shot twice, as fast as I could.
Lee had expected to be acquitted, but then Judge Blunt took the unusual move of allowing evidence of the other 6 murders to be presented.
Until by warrant of the governor of the state of Florida, you, Eileen Carol Warnes, be electrocuted until you are dead. And may God have mercy upon your course.
Scumbags of America.
Most of us will probably never worry about spending time in jail, but if you are ever involved in the criminal justice system, you will need a lawyer who can explain the system to you.
In a completely unexpected legal move, Lee, with Arlene's help, decided to hire Steve to defend her on the next 3 murder charges and to fire her public defender, Trish Jenkins. Steve attracted enormous media attention when he entered a guilty or no contest plea to the next 3 murders. The born-again Arlene Prawley believed Lee should come clean and confess her sins.
As Aileen Wuornos was led from Marion County Jail, she gave no indication that she would plead no contest to 3 murder charges, instead talking about dropping her public defenders and hiring private attorney Steve Glazer. But only seconds after being named her attorney, Glazer surprised everyone and told the court that Wuornos wanted to change her plea. With her adoptive mother watching on, the nation's first known serial killer pleaded no contest to killing Dick Humphreys and Troy Burris in Marion County and David Spears in Citrus County. Legally, the no contest plea is viewed as a guilty plea, and because there is no plea agreement, Wuornos still faces the death penalty in each case, an unusual legal prospect that Judge Thomas Swaya was obviously aware of as he carefully questioned Wuornos about her decision.
God has forgiven her for what she's done, and our state has the death penalty, so why not go for it? I mean, wow, she could be home with Jesus in a matter of a few years.
The theory and the philosophy of Jesus Christ, if you are going to believe that you're saved by Jesus Christ, the first thing you have to do is confess. Confess your sins, and that's between her and God, and that's what she's doing here.
She'd be much better off in heaven. I mean, if I had the choice, I'd rather be up there, but God has not chosen for me to go. But, I mean, Lee has an open door here.
I have made peace with my Lord, and I have asked forgiveness. I am sorry that my acts of self-defense ended up in court like this, but I take full responsibility for my actions. It was them or me. I am sorry for all the pain that my actions have caused. I am prepared to die if you say it is necessary. But I am not afraid.
By pleading guilty, it appeared that Lee Wuornos was in reality hoping for mercy and forgiveness, but that is not what happened.